Hi, everybody. We are here for a Q&A session for our workshop that we are just hosting, really introducing the VIP Inner Circle and VIP Platinum inside the VIP Inner Circle as well. So I am so impressed. I'm so excited. We got a list of amazing questions. I'm going to be answering these questions for you. And if we have time at the end, which I doubt because I talk so much, there'll be additional questions. So you can put them in the chat. If you're here in Zoom with us, I can see that. Again, if you're on Facebook, please feel free to come join us live now. I will not be able to see your questions on Facebook, okay? We'll go back after and see if we can type in and follow up. Before we do though, I'm so grateful to have some amazing women here that are inside the VIP Inner Circle. These are women that have either worked with me just for a few months or possibly even just the last 3 weeks inside this container, okay? So I wanted you to hear from them. It's not just me talking about how much I love this program, how much I believe in this program, how I feel like this truly is my purpose, and I'm here to change the lives of ladies who are ready to say yes. I want you to hear from some of the ladies who have also said yes to working with me and are changing the lives of their clients through this work that we're doing together. So I already warned her. She and I, when we get together, we're like, oh, we just vibe. We have so much fun. We talk way too much. I said, look, we're going to be very conscious of everybody's time and we're going to make sure we go through these questions quickly. Okay. So everybody, I'd love for you to meet the CEO of the Unforgettable Woman and Sobriety Coach, Miss Jen Stoney. She is a client of mine who is in one-on-one with me. So we do one-on-one work together. But remember, when you do one-on-one work with me, you also are automatically enrolled into the VIP Inner Circle, and then also into my spiritual success experience, which is the mindset, embodiment, and energy work as well. So hi, Jen. Thanks for being here with us.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. And I'm going to stay focused.
We're going to do this. I'm going to keep you rolling. It's not me being rude. I'm like,
no, we need it.
Everybody else.
We need it.
Before we got started, we both have little boys, and we're here and we're like, everybody, we're going live. Want to get everybody quiet in the background. All right. So here we go, my love. Several questions for you. Let's start from the very beginning. All right. So this was really fun. There's something magical about Disney World. I feel like every time I go, which is like all the time, you and I have even gone together. I just manifest when I'm there. It's a magical experience. But I remember I was at Disney World and I was sitting by the pool and I was with my husband, and all of a sudden I got a ding in my DMs. And usually on weekends, I don't check my DMs, but I was just like, when I looked, saw your beautiful profile, and I was like, oh my gosh, I feel like I know this lady. I'm not really sure. So I opened your DM and it said, hi, Cynthia, I want to work with you one-on-one. How do I get started? And I was like, oh, and I said, here, let's connect on Monday. So we talked on Monday, and right away it was like like you and me, like as we always are, energies combined. And you were like, what is it? I went in. I was like, hold on, let's talk. You were like, I know. So tell me, how did you know? Like, what was the background? How did you fly right into my DMs without us having any talk prior to that and know you want to work one-on-one with me?
Well, what's interesting is, for anybody who knows Cynthia, she has a beautiful Facebook group. She's very out there. She's connected to people. I was not in her Facebook group. I was not in any of her master classes. And 2 years prior, about 2 years prior, Cynthia had worked for another company and she told me I wasn't a good fit. And I went, screw you, I'm going to get into this program. And I went to another salesperson who signed me up. A few months later, I realized, wow, this isn't a good fit for me. This wasn't a good investment. Wow. And so I saw Cynthia's, her testimonial with Tara Grace. And I heard her talk about getting fired and really amping up her company. At the time, I had just gotten fired, which I don't get fired. Like, it was but it was the best thing that ever happened to me. The universe did for me what I couldn't do for myself. So I heard Cynthia talking, I'm like, wait a second, that's the woman who told me no before. Like, and so I was like, So I was like, she's my coach. And, I'm sure, as all of you know, when you're a high level woman, you don't have time to do a lot of stuff. So I intuitively knew it was ready to find another coach. And I went and looked, and boom, boom, boom. And then I was like, yep, she's my person. So I reached out to her, and it was the best decision I ever made, because Cynthia cares. And when she says it's a good fit for you, it actually is, because she will tell you no. And that to me means the world to me.
Yeah. And one thing, we certainly don't have to talk about any numbers or anything that you don't want to share today, that's for sure. But I remember one of the things that you did share with me is that the work that we've done together thus far has been the largest investment you've personally made for yourself for one-on-one or just in your business. Is that correct?
Yes. Working with Cynthia is more than double my mortgage payment.
Yeah.
So
hear soon how it's paid off.
It is.
What you paid for.
But I think that's important for people to hear, because I'm also somebody who moved back in with my parents 10 years ago so that I could pay for a high level coach. So investing in yourself is the best investment you can ever make.
Completely different than spending. It's investing.
Yes.
Yeah. It's funny. We have a Zoom listener here too. She's going to be joining us in one-on-one coaching. She's like, this is the same story for me. Like, I just flew into her DMs. Like, I figured it out. We'll talk more about that, because there's some questions like, how does that happen, Cynthia? How do you just have people reach out to you? Like, what is it? All right. So that's awesome. I really want people to realize, if this is not the right fit for you, don't feel like you can't have a conversation with me. I'm not a mean person. I'm super nice, I promise. I'll be honest with you. If I don't feel like I can get you results, I will turn. It's not about money. I want to get you success. Your success is my reputation. Your results is what lights me up every day. Karina is tired of me having happy tears and happy dances and screaming. We just had another client of ours who joined VIP Inner Circle 3 weeks ago. Within 1 hour sitting down, we put together a whole entire program. Didn't even exist. She just launched for the very first time as she's traveling in Colorado right now. And she just called me. I got another painful, biggest cash month ever. 3 weeks. 3 weeks. This is what I'm talking about. So I'm like, like it keeps happening. That was not a pretty face, but that doesn't matter. That's how excited I am. Jen, okay, I told you we can chat too much, so we're just gonna keep going. Ready? Here's the next one. Since working together in the last few months, what are some of the biggest wins you've accomplished since working with me and assisting you in your business?
So there's a lot, and a lot is focus, but it's focus on the stuff that brings you money. Because as a business owner, there's a lot of stuff to do, and not all of it brings you a return on your investment. And Cynthia really has a great way of calling me out on doing the things that I think I need. And she's like, you don't need the photos. You don't need the website. Let's talk about the money generating stuff. And by doing that, I have been able to, last year after signing up with Cynthia, my business increased in sales by 300%, which is like amazing. And but of course, because it's when the spiritual meets the strategy. Yeah. It's the both worlds. And then also last month in March, I made about 50% of my annual income in 2021 in 1 month.
Yeah.
So she helped me create offers that would get my clients results, long-term results, but also allowed for me to create packages that would allow for people to see how I can help them and offer them in a way to communicate my message and what I am here to do in a simple, direct way.
I love that. Thank you. I'm not going to do it. I feel like I need tissues already because I'm just like, oh my God, when I hear it. All right. So one thing too, I want people to know, and this is really important. It's really fun. So you and I really bond in a similar way too, because you were really successful in sales in a very masculine industry as well. You were in cars, right? And so we vibe on that. And the one thing I have to tell you about Jen is that as soon as we are talking and we come up with a plan, and again, it's not like, this is what I'm telling you to do. It's like, Jen, let's see what's coming through, like through the both of us, putting our beautiful minds together, putting our hearts together, calling in our IFBs and bringing God into this like conversation. What is coming through? And we come up with it. We have fun doing it. And next thing you know, this is most important in part, Jen goes she does it. She goes and applies it. She takes aligned action. She does it immediately. She hops off the call. She goes and does the thing. It's not like, all right, now I have the resources, so maybe I'm gonna. No, she's just like, boom. And that's where you're getting all your results from. It's really from you taking that aligned action. So just to remind you of that. I'm so proud of you.
Also,
so cool.
I'm just gonna put in here real quick. I do it, but it's done imperfectly every single time.
That's what I
every
want to
single
remember.
time.
It's not shiny, perfect websites that you're hiding around. It's just interacting, it's going, it's doing. Yeah. And what's fun too is I know because you shared with me what you've made in your previous corporate world as the highest level of being #1 in sales. And what's fun is you're now making monthly more than double than that in your own business. On your own, you're your own boss doing it, right? I love that. All right, so people want to know. They're like, okay, so this bonus was like an hour. The platinum is you get an hour session with Cynthia every other month. What can really be achieved in an hour? Like what can we do something in an hour? What have you and I been able to do in an hour session?
So much like magic comes from it. And here's the thing is that Cynthia allowed for me to see how I can really deliver upgrades to my clients in a way that serves them and communicate it and invite them in a way that feels good to me and an invitation that feels powerful to them. And that's everything, because by me doing this, she also helped me set standards and boundaries in my business. And by the way, I coach women on codependency. So having a woman who allows for me to really step it up in the area of boundaries and really challenges me to be like, no, why are you over giving here, over delivering? Like, and so by doing that, I'm then able to offer upgrades in a way that will serve them. So we truly immediately, we put together something that not just gave clients value, but it gave them a sense of, wow, like this is such a good fit. My program and this work goes so well hand in hand together that I made over $9,000 in 24 hours, 27 hours to be exact, but 24 just sounds more fun. So over $12,000. So that's the thing.
Wait,
is that
9,000 or 12,000?
12,000.
Yeah, I was like, I wasn't going to correct you for the thing, but yeah, it was 12,000 that night. That's 25% more, Jen.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. It was incredible. And the thing is that I did this and it was effortless. And it was just like, oh, but of course I reached out, we had connection calls and they're like, oh my God, of course I'm in, send me the link. And all of them paid within 2 hours of me reaching out. My retention rate for my clients is nearly 100%. Cynthia has allowed me to create structure in 1 hour that allows me to up my client journey like never before. It's not about getting sales. It's about helping women and being able to be along for the ride for their journey for more than 4 weeks. And that's what I was doing before. I was making programs that were 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 6-week one-on-one work. And now it's, the minimum time to work with me is 3 months or 6 months. So I get my clients results. Cynthia allowed for me to really market that and really hone in on what my specialty is and to show women that I get them results, because people don't care about the glitz and the glamour. They just care about what the results they're going to get from working with you.
See, the thing is, people forget, and sometimes when we're selling, we're like, and we're newer, we're experiencing this. You're not newer, but it's online selling, there's a shift. A lot of times we're like, okay, what's a downsell that we can give people? What's a downsell? You don't realize how many people want to be upgraded. They want to be upgraded. They want more, but they don't know they can ask for more if they're not offered more. So what's interesting is we're all stuck in our business because we care about it so much. Our minds is spinning around it. We're constantly thinking, we're buried in it. But what I want to do is look at your business completely neutral and just observe and just see where I see opportunities and holes. And when I see them, let's get them. Like, let's serve more. And that's what it is. More opportunity to serve more value, but also ways that you can combine it to make your lifestyle even easier. Like, it's minimum work, huge returns. So thank you for sharing that. Yeah, we've $12,000 in cash within 1 hour. And again, because you went right after the call and did it immediately.
And can we talk about that 1 hour where you told me to do something, I did it. Cynthia taught me how to ask my clients what I'm giving them instead of assuming. And I go, Cynthia, I'm too in it. I know there's gold here, but I'm too in it. I have all of these questionnaires and I know there's something here, but I don't know it. Within 15 minutes, It wasn't even an hour. It was like 15 minutes. Cynthia goes, pull it up. Let's screen share. I pulled it up. She's like, scroll. She goes, do you see this? And I was like, well, yeah, I see. It's awesome. Like they all just talk about how great it is working with me. It's great, right? She goes, no, because here's the thing. My business was based off of something that was a fad. Like it didn't hold long-term value. And I knew that marketing wise. And I go, Cynthia, I know that I give clients long-term results. I want to be able to market this long-term. And she goes, let's make this long-term. I want something that's a classic, that's a never going out of style. And my business before was the way I market it wasn't useful for me or my clients. So we looked at it and she goes, Jen, do you see what's here? It's the unapologetic woman. And we just had chills. We were like, holy shit.
Yeah.
And it everything went into alignment, everything. It was like fire. And yeah.
And it's funny, when we are working together, it's channeling, it's connecting to God, and my brain is not in the way. It's just the information comes vomiting out. And I'm always like, thank God we record these sessions. Cause and again, whenever you work with me one-on-one, everything's recorded and you keep it for life, because we were just like, but yeah, we were lit up for that. And thank you for being so vulnerable to share all that. But yeah, it's branding is something that is a spiritual thing too. Remember, inner feminine beast is not a cute saying. It's the essence of my soul. It is who I am. I will never, branding is a promised experience. I will never not be IFB because it's who Cynthia is. So it's my brand. It's what you remember me by. It's like, when you think of this, it's like, oh, it's her. And we within one session discovered your branding. That is so much higher end. You should before and after pictures of what you were doing before. That's kind of similar to what a lot of people were doing, because that seemed proper to what you have now. And it's like, whoo. So yeah, thank you for bringing, one session, we did that. One session, we did that.
It was, no, Cynthia, that was 15 minutes after a VIP inner circle call. It was 15 minutes.
So it was a hot seat, basically.
That was it. It was a 15 minutes. It wasn't this, yeah.
Oh my God. So good. Oh, wow. All right. So this one's kind of personal, but I know you're comfortable sharing this, and it's fun because the after answer is really good. So I'm not your first business coach. As we talked about, you came from some ones I didn't necessarily recommend. Very good coaching, just you weren't necessarily the right fit for you where you were at. So after having several different business coaches with minimal returns in the past, one after the other, that might have been a little hard for our partners, your partner in crime, your hubby, to kind of be like, yeah, go ahead, do it again. Go ahead, go. You can, yeah, you're going to do the biggest investment yet? Sure, pick her. I imagine, I don't know the conversations, but I could imagine that maybe there was a little conversation, perhaps your husband, I'm not quite sure. How do you know? Yeah, honey, don't worry. What was it like? What was the conversation like when your husband was like, you're gonna make this investment? And honestly, what is he saying now that you decided to do it?
So what's really beautiful and what everyone should hear. So today I celebrate 14 years of continuous sobriety from drugs and alcohol, which is amazing. Yeah. So when Cynthia asked me to do this today, I was like, yes. So why I say that is because I live my life with success based on having mentors and coaches. The most successful people in the world, Oprah, she has a team of mentors and coaches, okay? But who you choose as your mentor and coach greatly impacts your life, because it's someone you spend time with, you share vulnerable details about your life with. It's important. And some of them that I've worked with are really fun. They're fun. It's fun to be around with them. It's fun to be in their circles. They've helped me in other areas, but when it came to business, it really wasn't. I was having this stagnant line, right? And they're like, just keep magnetizing, just keep and there was different strategy that was offered, but it wasn't the strategy with the spiritual. I'm a very metaphysical person. And that's the big thing, is that it's both in one. And so my husband, he knows that I invest in myself. I always have. So it's nothing new. However, when I went to go and invest with Cynthia, I did go and talk to my husband. And he goes, I don't know why you're asking me. You're going to just go do it anyways. I don't. He goes, you're not really asking me. You're just telling me you're going to do this. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. Okay. And so I just went and did it. Right. Well, Then I went and upgraded and doubled the investment. Then I went and upgraded the investment even more. Okay. So like I just kept upgrading as like Cynthia was upgrading. I just kept like jumping on board and upgrading with her. As her prices went up, I went up with her. Okay. So my husband looked at me when I brought in that 12K and he was like, holy shit. He's like, Jen, he's like, you've invested so much money. He goes, but Cynthia is different. I'm going to like cry because Cynthia cares, ladies, like she cares. And here's the thing is that he goes, she's the first one that actually did what she said she was going to do. And so I can't preface enough. And he has said this time and time again, because last month with my biggest month ever, he wasn't fazed by it. He was like, of course. He's like, you did what Cynthia said to do. You showed up and you took the action, and I didn't do it perfectly. I missed the mark on several things. I didn't do everything right. And there are ways where I did leave money on the table. So let me just own that, okay? Because there were lots of places that I can improve now going forward, which is great. But he's like, wow, like you're doing it. It's happening. And to hear him say, he is not one to compliment. He is not one to get excited. He is not one to actually say, my husband is also in sales. He's an entrepreneur. And it was absolutely incredible to hear him say that.
That's amazing.
Mhm.
Well, there went that, Karina. We didn't last very long.
Yeah.
No, again, it's, well, first of all, you're going to make mistakes, and that's how I'm going to teach you the best. So even though you're like, oh, I didn't do it, like I swooped in, I want to make sure I help you. The thing is, what I want people to realize too. So when she had that $12,000, 24 hours, that wasn't even in the same month where she had her highest cash month.
Oh yeah, that was zero launching. Right? Like zero launching. It was totally separate.
Yeah. Thank you. No, that's really cool. I can't wait till I get to meet your husband someday.
Yes.
We've chatted on Zoom a few times.
Yes. Yes.
Speaking of families and everything, like I said, we were joking around. We were telling all the kids to shh. I have 2 little boys. You have 2 little boys that are even younger than mine. How great is it to have your own business and be a mother? And at the same time, can you have a multi-6-figure company and be a mom at home, juggling both?
You totally can. And here's the thing is that I hired Cynthia because I want what she has. Do I have an amazing marriage? Yes. Do I have an incredible relationship with my kids? Yes. But you know what? It can always get better. And I see what she has. And I'm like, okay, you're able to make this money. You're able to really balance your masculine and feminine energies. You're able to show up. You're able to set boundaries. You're able to have fun. Having fun is the most important thing. I got sober to enjoy life, not to be addicted to work, which is what I used to be, especially in the car business. And so can you do it? Yeah. Cynthia showed me how, because that's what was lacking. I was in like the flow of like, everything's going to magnetize. And then I would get really angry with my kids, and I would get really frustrated with my husband. And I was like, there's something missing here. There's something that I can do. I know that I can. And if there is a reoccurring problem, I'm part of that. If there's a problem that keeps coming up in my life, I'm part of it. And so that's one of the biggest reasons why I chose Cynthia as my coach, because I was like, she knows how to balance all of it. And her husband's an entrepreneur as well, right? So it's like, and so is mine. There's like a lot of similarities, but it's not the similarities. It's more so that she has what I want, and that's why I hired her.
Yeah. What I love too is you brought up just so much of the mindset and being aware of how Universal Concepts works. What we're doing is spiritual work. Our businesses are spiritual work. And that's a cool thing about being the 101 too, because it's not just like, hey, business. Sometimes we're like, this is happening with my family. This is happening with my husband. Girl, like, what do I wear on this big day for camera? Like, how do I, like all these things. When you do the 101, it's, you got me in your back pocket. But at the same time, one thing I love about Jen is because she knows this, she understands law of attraction, right? So if you want to attract the best clients, here's a really good thing to do. Be the best client. She doesn't just show up at every single perfect attendance VIP inner circle. She doesn't just show up perfectly on time for all of her one-on-ones, she comes to all of the spiritual success experience trainings too. And she's sitting there taking notes. She's nodding. She's being a leader in our community. And nobody, we can all say this, nobody celebrates like Jen does. The other day we were celebrating her 14 years sobriety, and we said, let's all do a Jen celebration. Betty, do you remember what we all did? We all were like, ah! Like, that's how Jen celebrates, bigger than anybody. So Jen, I am celebrating you and all your wins. And Mama, from the bottom of my heart, we are still just getting started. Like, we just got started. We have so much to do and so many people to impact, and so much money to make. I would love for you to wrap up here before we bring on our next guest, and then we'll get into the Q&As. But for the women who are considering, working with me either one-on-one or inside the VIP inner circle or as a VIP platinum member, do you recommend it? And what words of encouragement do you have to share with them?
I highly recommend it. I can also say, speaking from experience, I was very scared. I was very uncomfortable. But as we know, my background, I have a bachelor's in psychology. And so there's actually the same neurotransmitters go off when you're anxious and have anxiety and have a sick stomach, then they go off when you're excited. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, I'm excited. And I even said that on Voxer and Cynthia yesterday. But here's the thing, is that my success is based off having a woman, having a sisterhood, having a support system, and having people that understand what I'm going through. So the VIP inner circle, what does it deliver? It delivers that support system. It delivers the ability to go in there and ask any question. I have Voxer access to Cynthia, and I still go on the VIP inner circle and I'll post and ask very vulnerable questions because I know that they'll be helpful for other women. And it's a space where we can celebrate and be together, but also this is a container that holds you. When you go in there, you're holding yourself accountable to really embrace some challenging opportunities. Cynthia will hug you with love, but Cynthia will tell you how it is, and she will not sugarcoat it. She will deliver it in a very loving way, but she's not going to tell you that, oh, everything's great. When I came to her and said, this is my name of what I'm using, I don't think it's long-term longevity. She goes, it's definitely not. It's going out of style really fast. We need to change that. And it's just very simple and direct. I'm direct with my clients, they get results. Cynthia's very direct with her clients, they get results because there's no fluff. It's let's get to the point, let's have some strategy, and she over delivers because she cares. So she gives you more than what you ask for. And so if you want a coach who cares, if you want to work with somebody who's truly invested in your success, if you want somebody, Cynthia has hopped on my lives countless times and then said, hey, at this minute marker, you invited at this exact time and this, and I was like, wait a second, none of my other business coaches ever really invested, watched replays, and truly cared and took time out of their busy schedule, not just on my one-on-one, but went above and beyond. And that's Cynthia. And I met her in person, and I can tell you she is exactly as amazing as she is on camera, in the groups and coaching. And she truly, this is her life's purpose.
Yeah. Thank you. Jen, thank you. Mm-hmm. I can't thank you enough. I'm really, really proud of you. I'm so proud of the work that we're doing together. I really do believe it. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Nothing's created, nothing's destroyed. You don't create clients, like you just find them and you align with them and it's them. I really believe that before we got here on earth, that we had a soul contract together. We were just waiting to find each other. And as soon as we did, it was just like, thank you, God, like we are living our purpose. You are helping me to live my purpose. So thank you. And for all the women that you are impacting, for your beautiful boys that are so proud of you, and all the ladies inside our programs, we're just celebrating you. Congratulations again on 14 years as well. It's huge.
Thank you so much. Oh,
go ahead.
I do want to tell everybody with the mom stuff, Cynthia really put me in check pretty soon after us working together. And she goes, you're using your kids as an excuse and you're focusing on that. So more of it's going to come. And I shifted it and I made them my why instead of my problem.
Why not? Yeah.
This is why I'm showing up in my business, so I can be involved in their life, not I'm going to use them as an excuse and bitch about them. Yeah. That simple shift was so powerful. They are my why. They are not my why not. They are not my excuse. So for any moms out there, make them into your why, not your problem.
Thank you for sharing that. I told you, you and I could go for like hours.
I know. I'm going to mute myself.
We have Kim up next. Jen, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here.